I remember this conversation very specifically. It was my mom and I were in the backyard. She was like, hey, what do you want to do with your life? I want to be one of those women on the front lines. I want to be a pioneer, essentially be the role model that I myself maybe not have had when I was in high school. I think when she's like seeing exactly the woman that I've become, I don't think she could be any prouder than me than she already is. Even when I was a little kid, I always thought that playing Army was the most fun, the most cool. When I graduated college, I decided at that time, I was like, hey, you know what? I could just stroll into the recruiting office. And they were like, hey, you know, you could be an officer with your degree. I've always wanted to be combat arms. I always thought that was the coolest job to do. Tanks are obviously amazing. I mean, what person doesn't think that like shooting at 120 millimeter is like the best thing in the world? So that's obviously what I had to pick. An armor officer is anybody who's on a mounted platform, so whether that's Strykers, Bradleys, or tanks. My specialty is being on tanks since that is what I'm most experienced on. The first time I ever got to maneuver was while I was in the basic officer leadership course. Just being able to shoot gunnery the first time, like when you know that you are in charge of that entire vehicle, and as it lurches forward, your hands on the Cadillacs as you're about to fire, it's like the most anticipation because you know it's going to be absolutely insane the first time you do it. And then when I fired and the entire tank just like shook back and forth, it just honestly felt like a thunderclap that was in my chest. I had my wingman and then my two other tanks on a different section maneuvering with me. It just felt like it was like an absolute adrenaline rush. Just knowing that there's somebody next to me that's willing to fight for me and that I know that I'm going to do my best to make sure they come home safe is just, it's out of this world. In an armored platoon, there's not as many people as like in an infantry platoon. So normally in the infantry, there's about 40 people that you have to take care of. Mine is much smaller. In the platoon that I was in charge of, there was only 16 of us. So it's a lot more like close quarters and just like having that like close-knit one-on-one like trust in each other. It's basically just one big family. There's nothing like being the combat arm of decision and maneuvering out there with like essentially your family. There's nothing else like it in the Army.